Hello, my spooky friends.
My name is Cassie.
And I'm Caitlin.
And welcome into I'd Survive. Okay, we're back. It feels like for some reason that this is our first recording back. We literally recorded last week, but it still feels like we're new to the game for the new year.
Backcountry doesn't feel like it happened. I don't know why.
Yeah. No, low-key Backcountry doesn't feel like a podcast episode that we recorded. It feels like just a real-life story that you told me as a friend. Do you know what I mean? It just feels like a conversation. It doesn't feel like an episode.
Right. No, but you're right. I'm glad it was an episode and not something I was telling you as a friend. Because that would be a traumatizing story that I'd be carrying with me. But we're here. We're alive for now.
We're surviving.
See?
Have you been watching any horror this week?
Ooh, I did watch horror. Okay, actually, the only thing I think I watched was this movie called The Final Rose, which
oh my god, you watched that.
Yes.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes. So this movie, I had watched it in hopes for it to be an episode.
Mm-hmm.
It couldn't be, only because of it was one of those movies where the deaths just happened. There wasn't anything surrounding them. It was just okay, now this person's dead anyway.
Yeah.
Which doesn't really work for us. But I surprisingly really enjoyed it because it did this thing where everything felt exactly like a Hallmark movie, but it was a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
They clearly were directing their acting, their camera work, everything was supposed to feel Hallmark. Not in the way where Hard Eyes was romance horror. This was straight up Hallmark horror.
Yeah.
And the drama in it and everything was just so over the top and ridiculous. It was a fun movie. It wasn't great, but it was really fun. I had a good time.
I need to watch that. I'm intrigued. It's just I love a goofy horror concept.
Yes.
And that makes me want to watch it even more. That's so cool that they literally shot it like a Hallmark movie.
Exactly.
I love that.
So also, I didn't say, because Cassie and I just kind of knew what we were talking about there. It's basically the Bachelor.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I kind of forgot about that. It's basically The Bachelor, but there's a killer there also.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fun.
That is so fun. I didn't watch any fun horror over this last week.
Okay.
But I loved both of the movies that I did watch.
Oh, love to hear it.
So I watched Signs for the first time.
Yes. Okay. This is one I've seen but don't remember anything about kind of vibes.
Oh, okay.
It was a long time ago.
Okay. Yeah. And I didn't realize it was M. Night Shyamalan until I started watching and the credits were popping up.
Sure.
So I was like, oh, interesting. Okay. Because he can be a mixed bag, but this one was really great. And it had this very subtle comedic beat to it that I enjoyed. Okay. And it had a very in your face in a good way emotional beat to it that I just was not expecting. And I was like, oh, okay.
Cool. I'm not gonna lie, I did see your thumbnail, so I was like, oh, is this movie emo?
Yeah.
What did I miss?
It literally is. Yeah. You should give it that's one of the main movies that is parodied in Scary Movie 3.
Right.
And so unfortunately a lot of the emo-ness of it, I was just kind of giggling because I was thinking about the parody version of the scene.
Sure.
And they did it so well. It's really interesting. I've seen Scary Movie 3 probably, genuinely, my number as far as how many times I've watched that movie is around 15 to 20.
Oh, okay.
So I know it. And they did so well. It's shot for shot what they did, parodying Signs. So I was like, I need to get my brain out of Scary Movie 3. This is a serious moment.
Yeah, right.
But it was really good. And I just didn't realize half of the stuff that was parodied in Scary Movie 3, I didn't even realize was all from Signs. Some of it was obvious.
Right.
The very direct alien stuff. But
sure.
Then there was more to it. And I was like, oh, I didn't even realize. So I had fun with Signs. Also, oh my gosh, I feel bad. But I don't know his first name. Macaulay Culkin's brother, who also acts.
Oh, yeah. Don't know his name either.
He was incredible.
Really?
Like such a good there were 2 child actors in this movie that were so, so good.
Wow.
Could have made or broken it. So
yeah.
Yes. And then I also watched Perfect Blue.
Yes.
So, and I know that I already told Caitlin like off. I actually texted Caitlin immediately after I finished filming that reaction. I was like, girl, that movie is wild. It's so good, but it's crazy. And it's really dark. It gets like really dark. And honestly, like the first half, I was like, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it's just like too dark, but like also not crazy enough. But then it gets so twisty, crazy, shocking, great for reaction content in the second half.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my goodness. But yeah, I've never been more like mind fucked by a movie than Perfect Blue.
Interesting. So I didn't know anything about Perfect Blue until I watched Black Swan. And then I got all the comments that were like, some just saying you need to watch Perfect Blue. So I can kind of like see where some similarities might be coming in here. But some people also say that Black Swan stole from Perfect Blue. Whether or not that's actually true, I don't know. But that's my only understanding of Perfect Blue, and that it's an animated horror film.
Yes.
Or cartoon, whatever.
I also did a reaction to Black Swan back in the day, and I think I got similar comments, but I just completely forgot that was a thing, and that Black Swan and Perfect Blue are in similar conversations a lot of the time. So I didn't go into Perfect Blue thinking about Black Swan whatsoever. And then I remembered it afterwards, and I was like, oh, I guess kind of, but like in my opinion, Perfect Blue is much more complicated, and maybe some things, like some basic ideas were taken for Black Swan, but they don't feel like copies of each other either way. Like they feel very distinctly different from each other, in my opinion.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Black Swan didn't cross my mind at all while I was watching Perfect Blue. But then if you think back on it, you can be like, oh, sure, like actually this is taken and that's taken, whatever.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Ooh, I forgot that. Okay, I was so excited to talk about Perfect Blue. I forgot that I'm like here to talk about a completely different movie today. And now I'm excited again.
Oh, love to hear it.
Because we're talking about Escape Room today, which is a psychological horror survival film that was released theatrically on January 4th, 2019. It was directed by Adam Robitel, who is also the director of The Taking of Deborah Logan.
Ooh, fun movie.
Yes. And Insidious: The Last Key. I don't know your thoughts on that. Is that a bad one?
That's a bad movie, but
I was like, I know there's a bad one, and I was like, this one might be it, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
Wait, he also co-wrote Paranormal Activity: The Ghost Dimension. Is that a bad one?
Hear me out on this one real quick. Everybody hates The Ghost Dimension but me. So like I'll take it.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
The main character of the movie is played by Taylor Russell. She's also the lead alongside Timothée Chalamet in Bones and All. Like that's what I know her face from most. Yes. I haven't seen Bones and All. I really do want to though.
I've read the book. I haven't seen the movie, but I do know the girl you're talking about.
Okay. So we also have Tyler Labine in the cast, who I know as Dale from Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. Very exciting.
Okay.
With a budget of $9 million, it was a commercial success, raking in $155 million in the worldwide box office.
That's impressive.
Very. And the success also earned itself a sequel that would be released in 2021. So that exists. It didn't do as well because not many movies did well around 2020 and 2021.
That's valid.
But it does have a sequel. So that's it for background. Let's get into Escape Room.
Let's do it.
The movie starts in a beautiful, cluttered, dark academia-style room, and a man probably in his 20s suddenly drops down through an opening in the ceiling, crashing to the floor.
Well, of course. That's usually what I would expect.
We're here. That's how I enter every room.
Uh-huh.
The hole that opened up for him in the ceiling closes, and he's now trapped in this room. He immediately notices a puzzle on the wall, and it looks like a maze, and on the outskirts of the maze are 10 knobs, all numbered 1 through 10. And the idea is that you need to come up with a 4-digit code and slide the correct numbers in the correct order to the center of this maze.
Okay.
The guy understands immediately and starts searching the room for clues for this code, but while he's looking, the fourth wall of the room at the back starts to slowly close in on him.
Oh, don't like that.
And if he doesn't solve this puzzle fast enough, he'll be pulverized with the rest of the room's contents.
Oh. Okay, so this went from like, I love an escape room to maybe I'm not going to do that.
Exactly. Like, walls start moving, I gotta go.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit claustrophobic, so.
Yeah. He finds a scroll and unravels it, finding the following message inside. It says, "Follow the light to greener pastures." So he's looking around at the different lights in the room, some of them falling from the ceiling or lamps like getting knocked over because of that wall closing in. And he sees one lamp pointed toward a green book on a shelf.
Okay.
So he's like, okay. He opens that book, which is bookmarked, and on this book's page is a poem that reads, "At any point in history, to watch another die unveils time's great mystery while leaving you alive."
Yeah, that means so much to me.
We know exactly what to do now.
Yeah, I got this.
From here, he notices a cluster of paintings on the wall full of different depictions of people watching someone die. And in one of them, one of the watchers is pointing at the dying person. And he realizes that all of them are pointing at the dying person. And that what is important about this is that the angles of the pointing figures represent hands on a clock.
Gotcha.
And he finally puts the maze code together. He's like, okay, 4862, obviously.
Yeah.
So he runs back over to the maze puzzle. The opposite wall at this point is like over halfway across the room, and all of the room's contents are getting crowded and crushed. He's like climbing over shit to get back to the puzzle. He hurts his leg thanks to like a table getting pinned against him as he works on this puzzle.
Yikes.
But eventually he's able to get his 4 numbers guided to the center of the maze, and nothing happens.
Oh no.
The wall keeps closing in, and it looks like he's about to fail and get crushed. So, of course, that is when we cut away to some establishing shots of Chicago. I don't know. Victoria's is in my head.
We love Victoria's. Okay. No, I'm intrigued though, because it seems like we're pretty much establishing off the bat it's not an escape room, it's a death trap.
Yeah.
So that's a good start, I would say.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit curious about the solution to the puzzle though.
I know. Establishing shots, we get our title card, escape room, and then a time card that reads 3 days earlier. We meet Taylor Russell's character, Zoe, as she walks to a quantum physics class on her college campus. And Zoe's very smart, but also very quiet, shy girl coded. I guess those two things often go hand in hand. And after class, her professor actually asks to speak with her and encourages her to speak up more in class because he knows that she knows the answers to the questions that he is asking thanks to her brilliant essays, and he encourages her to put herself out there more.
Oof, no thank you.
He also tells her, like, his advice to her, because they're about to leave. This is her last class before, like, classes are on break for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And he encourages her to do one thing that scares her over Thanksgiving break.
Ooh.
She's like, okay.
Okay, that's fun. Love that.
Then we cut to a man parking his motorcycle outside of a fancy skyscraper, and inside he has a fancy office where he takes important phone calls. He's giving like big shot finance bro, and his name is Jason.
Jason, okay.
Next, we meet Ben working as a stock trader in the back rooms of a grocery store. And we recognize Ben from the opening scene.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. His boss comes in the back and Ben tells him, hey, I heard there's a position opening up out front as a cashier. Is there any way I could get a chance at a promotion? I'm trying to move out of my mom's place and it's kind of cramping her style, me being there. And his boss lets him down, basically saying, I don't think it would be a good idea letting the customers see you.
What?
he must have some sort of like reputation or record even, you know?
Oh, yes. Okay. I thought like he just meant like the way he looked. And I was like, bro, what the fuck kind of comment is that? But okay.
Like, have you looked in the mirror lately? Like, do you think I'm going to let my customers see your ugly fucking face?
That's so hideous.
That's exactly what I meant. Back to Big Shot Jason, he gets a delivery, which he assumes to be a present from one of his many rich clients. And it's a small, sleek black box.
That's mysterious.
Yes. Inside, there's a note that says, "For always thinking outside the box."
Haha.
Yeah, you get it.
It's so funny.
Inside this box is another tinier box with like fun little engravings all over it, but no seal to open it.
Oh.
Box inside a box.
Okay. It's just a box. Like, there's no, like, you're supposed to open the box, or at least it doesn't appear that you're supposed to open the box.
It feels like you're supposed to open the box, but we don't know how.
Okay.
You know?
I see. Yeah.
And Jason doesn't even try to figure out how to open this thing. Like, he just tosses it to his assistant and is like, rich people presents are weird. Like, I don't know what that is. And he leaves from the office for the day.
Okay.
Zoe returns to her dorm room that night to a bustling residence hall, partying college kids excited to welcome a break, and her roommate Allison is packing up, getting ready to leave the next morning. And Allison throws out the offer for what seems like at least like the third or fourth time, inviting Zoe to come home with her for Thanksgiving break.
Yes.
But Zoe insists that she's actually looking forward to her time alone over break. She plans to do a lot of like quantum physics theorizing with her free time, and she's really looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, me too. That's what I do in my free time. So
yeah. When I have like a break, it's quantum theorizing. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But after settling in for the night, the walls of her dorm room start shaking, and she goes, "Oh no, not again."
Oh.
And she gets up, walking over to her shaking mirror, and a panic attack seems to have taken over her. But then she suddenly gasps awake. So the shaking walls were only a dream. Her roommate is now heading out. They exchange goodbyes, and Zoe takes some deep breaths to calm herself down again. But before Allison leaves, she finds a package outside their door addressed to Zoe from her professor. And inside is a note that reads, "Open new doors." So her note is different, but yes, when she opens it, it's the same little black engraving box.
Same thing. Okay, cool.
As Ben is clocking out in the break room of the grocery store, he finds a small black engraved box just sitting on a TV with his name on it and like a note next to it that says, "A chance to escape."
Ooh.
So he's got one too. Oh yeah, Jason didn't care about his, but he ends up going back to the office for some late night work. And by late night work, I mean he's back to try and open the box. He's like literally went back just to open this box.
So stupid, but I'm back now and I know how to open the box.
I can't let people around me know I care about puzzle nerdy shit, but like this is kind of cool. So Zoe solves it on her own. She's the smart one. Jason looks up a YouTube video on puzzle boxes and follows a step-by-step tutorial.
Amazing.
I guess he's the resourceful one, okay? And Ben uses a hammer, resorting to brute force.
Yes.
They all get this box open, and a card inside of it reads, "This serves as an entry voucher for Minos escape rooms. Be the first to escape our most immersive room yet and win $10,000.
Whoa.
RSVP at minosescaperooms.com.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did go to the website. I did. It
exists. That's cool. I love that.
But it's just like an escape room movie website, you know? It's nothing.
Yeah. But that's still fun.
It's fun. I was curious. I was like, they had to have made that a thing.
Yeah, no, that's smart. It's interesting because like I love an escape room. I only did my first one like a couple years ago, but then I was like, oh, this is awesome. So now I've done a few since, and I'm like imagining if I get this, like I mean, you know how we've talked about this, like my brain goes, well, that's a scam. So
right. Yes.
No, but also I'm like, I'm not even excited about the $10,000. I'm just like, wait, I can go do an escape room? Okay.
I know.
Like, yeah, I love an escape room.
Yeah, you don't have to pay for it, and you actually possibly can win $10,000. Right? Like, why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
You know? I would at least look up this company and be like, okay, is this like a legit company?
Sure.
But I will tell you that when you do look up this company, it does appear to be a legit company. So like there's nothing suspicious where in like some horror movies it's like there's one review on Yelp, maybe we shouldn't go to this haunted house. It's not like that. Like it does look legit.
Okay, yeah.
So we cut to Ben smoking a cigarette outside the Minos escape room building when another car pulls up and out steps someone we haven't met yet. Her name is Amanda, a woman somewhere in her early to mid 30s, and she asks Ben, "Is this the Minos escape room building?" And he just gives like a half shrug, like, I think so, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
So she heads inside and is met with a security guard at a front desk who asks for her ID. And upon seeing it, he thanks her for her service. So she's an Army vet.
Yep.
And then the guard says, hey, so by the way, I also need to confiscate your phone. We don't want the puzzles getting leaked online.
Oof. Okay. I mean, I get it. I've had my phone taken away for events.
Have you had your phone taken away for any escape rooms?
No.
Okay. I've went to an escape room once and I couldn't remember, but I didn't think so either.
Yeah. I mean, I've only been to 2 different places, but neither of them took your phone. No.
Yeah. They might yell at you if you pull it out though.
Sure.
Like through the speakers.
Yeah.
Be like, hey,
because
no
they'd
cheating.
be watching.
Yeah. So yeah, she just hands her phone over and heads over to the elevator where she's been instructed to go to the 3rd floor. Before the elevator doors can close all the way, though, another man comes running over and squeezes inside with her just in time. His name is Danny.
Okay.
Early 20s, wearing glasses, looking very eager. And once the elevator doors close, he pulls out a phone and is like, I always sneak in a second one. Waiting rooms can get so boring.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's
it's crazy.
Yikes. That's bad.
That's bad. You can't sit there for 15 minutes? Come on, no.
Like, I could understand, like, oh, just in case of an emergency. Like, okay, but the fact that you go, I can't sit in the waiting room.
Yeah.
Like,
wild. So Amanda and Danny get off on the 3rd floor and make their way down the hall to the waiting room. And inside the waiting room, there's already 3 people sitting on the couches. We have Zoe and we have Jason.
Okay.
And then there's another new guy, a man in his 40s or so named Mike, and he's got like a welcoming, kind vibe to him. So that's nice. Also, he's Dale from Tucker and Dale.
Yes.
And when Amanda walks over to this frosted glass where she can see the silhouette of someone sitting on the other side, like a receptionist, she goes and knocks on the window, and the receptionist answers through the glass, "Please have a seat. Someone will be with you shortly." While they're all seated, Danny notices like a gnarly scar on the side of Jason's hand, and Jason sees him looking and explains with a wink that he like got it during a hitchhiking accident. You know, he's apparently rough and tough. A hitchhiking accident.
What the hell is a hitchhiking accident?
Wait.
Wait.
Please hold.
Okay.
He said hitchhiking. I swear to God, hitchhiking accident. Wait. Did he not say hitchhiking?
I'm imagining what a hitchhiking accident would be.
Getting hit by a freaking car.
Right? But like, that's so random.
No, there's no way he said hitchhiking. No, there's no way. He didn't just say hiking. He said something like a type of hiking.
I'm imagining like he's got his thumb out and the car just swipes his hand, right? So he's got a scar.
Do you know what? Let's just go with that. Yeah, he was hitchhiking one day.
Okay.
And a car like swiped his thumb.
Okay. I like this.
It hurt.
I like this.
Left a scar. Oh my God. I need to go back and watch that part now again after this and see what he said.
Oh man.
Oh, that's so funny. So Danny Boy's immediate follow-up question is, can you still play video games?
No, his immediate follow-up question is, what's a hitchhiking accident? I'm sorry.
And Jason is like, no, actually, but that's okay because instead I fill my time having sex with adult women.
Oh, nah, I'll take the video games, but that's cool.
Right. Danny's just like, right, yeah. Like the implication is that Danny wouldn't know anything about that because he plays video games.
What a loser.
But don't underestimate Danny. As the group's small talk is growing, we learn that this isn't Danny's first rodeo here at Minos Escape Rooms. He has completed 93 of the countless rooms here. So he's, yes, 93.
Oh.
So he's definitely someone that we're going to want to have on our side. Like, he knows how it works. Then Ben, our stock trader, is the last one to arrive. And now that we have everybody, Danny explains that now all they have to do is wait for the game master to come in and give them the story that their escape room is based in today. And then they'll be taken to the room. I know, I love a story-based escape room.
I know, it's so fun.
So we'll be on the clock, and if you don't escape the room in time, some dude comes in and tells them all about like the clues that they missed. They'll feel like idiots and like walk away without any new street cred, as Danny puts it.
I'm happy to report that he said hitchhiking accident.
Did he actually?
Yeah.
Wait, what is that?
I have no idea what the fuck a hitchhiking accident is.
No, I want to include, this needs to be in the edit because what is he talking about?
Yeah, a hitchhiking accident.
I didn't even think about that. When he said hitchhiking, I didn't even think about like the car. For some reason, I thought it was like the pics that you put in when you're like hiking.
Oh, yeah.
And you're climbing while you hike. I was like, that's where my brain went when he said hitchhiking. But then I'm like, oh wait, that's not what that is. I don't think.
I wonder if that was intentional. Ways. That's so weird.
It is weird. Okay.
Huh. Okay. Sorry. I just was like, I need to look this up because like,
I'm
need
happy
to know what he said.
Yeah. So Ben's getting impatient waiting for this game master to show up. So he's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go smoke one more cigarette while I have the time. And he heads back over to the door. But when he pulls the handle completely breaks off from the door.
Oh.
And Danny, of course, is the one to notice that behind the handle, we have what looks like an oven dial that is probably acting as a combination lock.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're already, the waiting room is the escape room.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. I was like, it kind of sounds like it, but also that's interesting.
Is this weird? No, it's weird. Uncomfortable. It's weird. I'd be a little freaked.
Yeah, no, this would scare me. It would scare me for a second, and then be like, wait, no, this is sick. Like, that's so fun.
Yeah, it's a cool idea.
It would take so long to like realize it though. Because like, I'm not the kind of person that would be like, oh, this is taking too long, I'm gonna get up. Like, I would just sit there and wait.
Oh my gosh, how long would you wait? I'd probably wait 45 minutes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oops. Now, this room looks pretty ordinary. Couches in the middle, a water cooler and a coffee counter to the side, some bookshelves and random office trinkets everywhere. And Amanda realizes that all of the magazines on the coffee table in the middle of the couches are like all addressed to the same guy, Dr. Wu Tan Yu.
Okay.
So maybe that means something. Mike picks up the book Fahrenheit 451 off of a shelf, and when he opens it up, he finds that it has been hollowed out inside to perfectly fit a Phillips head screwdriver. And then most of the group is like, what? A screwdriver? Do we need to find screws? Like, what is this for?
Mm-hmm.
But Zoe actually pays attention to the title of the book and heads over to that oven dial, turning it to 451 degrees.
Yep.
And when she does that, the entire ceiling of the room becomes activated with red heaters, like real heaters radiating 451 degree temperatures.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Hold on. That sounds dangerous.
Yeah. So at first the group has the same reaction as you. They're like, ooh, cool. And then it starts getting hot. Yeah. And they're like, okay, this is kind of a lot. Like, this is wild.
Yeah.
Amanda specifically starts freaking out and tells Zoe to turn it off, but the oven dial is now stuck in place. Like, you can't turn it back.
Right.
After telling Zoe not to touch anything again, she asks Danny Boy what they're supposed to do if they don't know what to do. Like, she's like, I'm panicking. Like, what do we do? And Danny does say that you can always ask for a hint. So she marches over to that frosted window where the receptionist sits on the other side, knocks on that glass, demanding a hint that will get rid of this heat.
Right.
But the receptionist just responds, please have a seat. Someone will be with you shortly.
Mm-hmm.
So they realize that it's not a real person on the other side of this wall, just like a sound-activated robot voice.
What's funny is the first time you said it, you did say it like that. And I was like, why'd she say that like a robot? Could you tell it was like a robot sound, like a robot voice the first time? Or
it's not too robotic. It's kind of like a robotic delivery, but it doesn't literally sound robotic. So I was just like, okay, they're just like cold people here.
Okay, yeah, I see.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, I should also say that Jason has this moment where he sees a snow globe with a sailboat inside it, and he becomes like transfixed by this boat. It seems to be reminding him of something from his past.
Okay.
And the same thing happened a couple of minutes prior with Zoe when she saw a brochure and there was a plane on it. And she became like, she was really stuck on that.
Okay.
But Jason breaks his gaze away from that sailboat snow globe and notices that this frosted glass partition has a little keyhole. So he's like, okay, we need to find a key.
Right.
Ben's like, hey, so how about we use force instead? And he tears a fire extinguisher off the wall only to find out that it's plastic.
Yeah.
But when he tears that off, the 4 columns that are in each corner of this room also reveal themselves to be heaters. So now they're blasting more heat, and it's getting hotter.
Now that's because, like, one of the things in escape rooms that they always say to you is, like, if you have to apply any more than, like, a couple fingers of force, then it's a no-go. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, is this a punishment for... That's just kind of like a general rule. I'm curious if he was supposed to do that or not.
Me too. And they did bring that up. Like, one of the characters said to him, like, no, stop. Like, you're not supposed to use force. It was probably Danny because he's done this so many times.
True.
He was like, don't use force. And then it was too late. But then Zoe, thankfully, notices a key jammed into the side of this fire extinguisher.
Oh.
So they rush to unlock the partition. So I'm wondering, because... I don't know. I'd have to look back. Like, I wonder if you could access the key without taking the fire extinguisher off.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, but maybe not. Behind this partition, they get it open, and it's like this little mock-up room that looks like a real little receptionist space. But instead of a real receptionist sitting at a desk, it's like this creepily realistic mannequin sitting there dressed as a receptionist.
Ew.
And she's holding a phone to her ear, and the phone starts to ring. So the whole group looks around, collectively deciding to land on businessman Jason. And he's like, all right, I'll take it. And when he answers the phone, he hears a woman's voice on the other end say, welcome to Minos, the world's preeminent designer of escape rooms. To get the most out of your game, we recommend following all posted rules. And then she hangs up. And... Jason relays the very unhelpful message. No one knows what to do. And actually, you know what?
What?
I just realized, I bet that was a punishment, tearing off the fire extinguisher. Having torn it off is the only way to get the key into the receptionist desk. And then you're just met with, hey, follow the rules. You know?
Right. Huh.
So they're like, okay, I don't know what to do with this. And then the entire desk area lights up, activated as a heater, like the whole front of the desk space. Yeah. We see a black cover rise up inside the giant windows of the room, because this was like, I don't know, we're on the 3rd floor. They had like these giant square windows showing out across the city. And now there's just like this black partition rising up to close off the windows so you can't see outside anymore.
Ooh, okay.
So now we're like all in this like red glow of the heaters.
Ooh.
And then pieces of the wall open up, revealing huge fans that start blowing out hot air.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
This
like
is
we're
wild.
in an oven. We're just in an oven.
Like straight up.
Yeah. Amanda's having a full-blown panic attack, and Zoe's the only one to step out of her own panic to be there for Amanda. And she rushes to get her a cup of water from the water cooler, while Amanda takes off her jacket, revealing pretty hefty burn marks on the back of her neck beneath her shirt that go lower. Not new ones. Like, these are old burn marks. She seems to have been a burn victim.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's why she's like the one freaking out the most right now.
Sure. Yeah. Fair.
So yeah, everyone's panicking and running around trying to find clues, yelling about how messed up this is, and Zoe's the one to notice a sign that says, Dr. Wu Tan Yu says, please use the coasters at all times. So Girly runs over to the coasters on the coffee table in the middle of the room and presses down on one of them, realizing that they are buttons.
Okay.
So when she presses one of them, a painting on one of the walls starts to rise up, revealing a large open vent behind it that we can fit inside and escape through. However, pressing down one coaster only causes the painting to rise enough to stick a hand through that opening.
Okay.
So they realize that we need to be pressing down on all 6 coasters on this table. So there are 6 of us. 4 of them, Zoe, Danny, Mike, and Ben, all sit around and press down on all of these coasters.
Okay.
The painting lifts completely, revealing the entire duct that Jason decides he's going to be the first one to go through. Nobody argues, and Jason makes it to the end of this duct to find a little door, but he needs a screwdriver to get it opened.
Right. Okay.
Mike still has that screwdriver in his back pocket, so he's the one to go next and get it over to Jason. Amanda takes up his station and presses down on coasters, and in the vent, Mike makes it down to Jason. Jason's able to open up the door, so he calls back to the rest of them to start coming through. They agree that Amanda should go next because she's, having a rough time.
Right.
So she heads off, and then we're left with Zoe, Danny, and Ben all holding down 2 coasters each.
Okay.
So now they have to face the inevitable problem. There aren't enough hands to hold down these coasters.
Yes.
But of course, our girl Zoe knows what to do because she's so smart.
Mm-hmm.
She starts filling up cups of water from the water cooler and places them on the coasters.
Mm-hmm.
And it works. They stay pushed down and activated. They start hearing Amanda panicking in the vent. So Ben and Danny tell Zoe to go help Amanda, go next to help her, and that they'll handle it from here.
Sure.
So Zoe goes to Amanda, and Amanda's having a literal PTSD war flashback, being confined in this small hot vent.
Ooh, yeah.
And Zoe talks her through it and just comforts her the best she can. While back in the room, Ben and Danny are filling up water cups, but they end up being a half a cup short of water because of the water that Amanda was drinking earlier to calm herself down and cool off.
I forgot about that.
I know. But thankfully, Ben's got a flask full of alcohol in his back pocket, and that is enough to do it. And it's so funny. He's like, okay, fine. I guess we can use this. And Danny's like, you had that the whole time? What do you mean? We're about to die.
Oh, classic.
The guys are able to escape into the vent just in time because open flames start releasing from this huge, round chandelier-looking thing on the ceiling, and then it explodes. And the fire from the explosion fills the vent, but Danny pulls himself up just in time into the next room, pulling himself through what we shortly thereafter realize is a fireplace that now fills with the flames of the explosion.
Ooh, cool.
And yeah, welcome to room number 2. So Danny is in awe. He's like, wow, that was so immersive. That was freaking awesome.
Yeah, right. Sure.
And obviously Amanda's pissed and she's like, what the hell is wrong with you? That wasn't immersive. That was real.
Yeah.
And Danny's in denial and goes they're just messing with us. The fireplace ignited right after I cleared it. That's such a coincidence. They must have triggered it.
Yeah, definitely. Because putting people in that level of danger is just part of the escape room experience.
Yeah. And it's if it's that intense, there's got to be a waiver.
Yeah, right?
There's got to be warning of some kind.
Yeah, because you could get burned really badly in there. So where's the waiver? It doesn't exist? Oh, shit.
Yeah. So we are now in a room that looks to be a little cabin shack of some kind. And Amanda sees a camera up in the corner of the room and she starts screaming that she wants out, she's done. But surprise, surprise, nobody arrives to escort her away. And this is our first survivability check-in.
Wow. That was really fun. It's kind of funny because you're explaining this to me and I recognize that these people are in mortal danger, but I'm also kind of jealous of them because it sounds really fun.
No, imagine an immersive escape room, literally just like this, but fake fire. You know what I mean? That would be so awesome.
You can't actually die, obviously.
Yeah.
But this sounds it sounds clever too. I love that it was a waiting room that led into the receptionist. That to me that's so fun. I love that.
I agree. Okay, well, we are taking another stab at the worksheet format. We're doing too much and we love it.
I did so hype.
Way too much today, but let's get into it.
Yay.
So, okay. Do you ignore the escape room invitation?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Because I think it would be really fun. And I'm I've become more of a say yes person in these past few years. I've very much embraced the why not? Let's do it. And I say this all the time, I'm very naive and I'm just yeah, nothing bad is gonna happen. Yeah, I would do it.
Sure. Okay.
Am I assigning percentages to these? What percentage?
Yep.
Okay.
100% being you do ignore it.
Okay. I'm gonna give myself a 27 here.
Wow.
Because I do think there's a chance I don't go, but I think I'm pretty confidently going.
Okay. I gave myself a 58 ignore.
Okay.
Because I wanted to put myself in the top half because, like I said, the big reason why I might go is because they do have a legit website. And like Danny has been here 93 freaking times.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So they're like a legit company, but obviously with this specific situation, there's something afoot.
Right.
But I'd be a little sketched out of like a random invitation for me. A lot of them, though, it was explained like, Zoe got hers from her professor. And it was actually mentioned like Mike, it was his nephew who sent this block of invitation to him, who was obsessed with escape rooms. Like they all kind of got it. And like the business client, they got it from someone in their life, or they think they did.
Yeah. I would think that for me would make me even more likely.
Right.
Like if it was a gift, I'm like, well, no, I definitely have to do it because it was a gift.
Right. That was Jason's reason. He was like, it was a client gift. Like, I got to do this shit. Like, I don't really want to be here.
Sure.
So that's another reason why it's like likely for sure that I could go. But the major thing that would keep me from not going is like, I can't bring anybody. Like, it's only an invitation for me.
Sure.
And I do not like doing things like this alone.
Sure. That's valid.
So yeah. Okay. Would you find the screwdriver? So the screwdriver was in the Fahrenheit 451 book.
Sure. I mean, yes, I definitely think I would. I don't know that I would find it right at that second, like at the same time. But once you realize it's an escape room, you're checking everything. So I'm going to give myself like a 93 on that.
That's what I did.
Wait, really? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Like, I think that's pretty like straightforward escape room stuff right there.
Yeah. Okay. Would you solve the oven timer code? You realize 451 is what you need.
I think it would take me a little longer, but yes.
Okay.
I don't think I'd be right on it. 74.
Okay. I gave myself an 81 there.
Okay.
Would you find the key to the receptionist desk?
This one's a little trickier because I'm definitely not pulling the fire extinguisher off the wall.
Right.
Like that's not happening because that's just not how escape rooms work. And then like even if I feel I'm in danger, like I'm going to be able to tell it's plastic. I'm not going to see it as a necessity. But like once I know there's a key, I am going to search pretty hard.
Right.
So I'm going to go 48.
Okay.
I'm going to hope somebody else finds that one.
I said 29. I was like, I don't think I'm going to find that.
Fair.
Would you find out that the coasters are buttons?
Yes, absolutely. I think that's like a sign like that is like that's also classic escape room. I'm going to go 86.
Okay. I went 61. I think because at this point I'm panicking.
Also fair. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But agreed. Do you enter the vent before cups of water need to be used on the coasters?
What do you mean?
So there's 6 coasters. 3 people were able to get into the vent without needing to figure out, hey, how do we keep the coasters down for the rest of us?
Oh, I see what you mean.
And that's when they had to use the cups of water. So
I see what you mean.
Would you be someone to enter that vent before the cups of water needed to be used?
No. I like the puzzle. I'd be like, no, let me stay here and figure this out.
Okay. Wow.
I'm going to say like 20.
Wow. I gave myself a 78.
Okay.
Because I want to leave. And I want to leave. And also, I really feel so confident about being the one who finds that screwdriver. Like, I feel like the first thing I would do in a room like this is look in the books.
Right.
Like, first thing. So I think it's very likely that I would find the screwdriver and that I'd be needed to go deliver it.
Yeah. I also think, to me.
But you would hand it over. You'd be like, someone else do it. I want to stay in here.
Exactly. That also, though, like to me, putting something on the buttons to me was like a very obvious thing. One thing I'm curious about with the coasters, because like my first thought was, okay, we just put something heavy on the coasters. Did it have to be cups of water as opposed to a book? Like, I don't know what these,
right.
You know?
I think all of the books, I think like everything is like plastic and hollowed, and like I would assume that the only option is to use those cups of water and nothing else is going to be heavy enough.
Okay. Yeah, I do feel like I would get there eventually, but yeah.
Okay, so I did not need to answer 6A2 because I'm in the top half of 6A1. Above 50%. You're below 50%, so I'm going to ask you, since you're pretty confident you'd be in that final 3 group in the room, do you realize you need to use cups of water to hold down the coasters?
I'm going to say yes eventually, because my brain is going directly to something needs to be put to hold the buttons down. I do think eventually you're going to come to the conclusion that you need to use the water. So I'm going to go with 78.
Do you escape through the vent in time before being engulfed in flames?
Okay.
So I personally put myself at 78, which was my answer for the likelihood of me being in the first 3. Because if you're the first 3 or even 4, you are going to make it in time. Like you have plenty of time. But if you're down to those final 2 people, like they were racing against the clock to be able to like running away from those flames. So this is one where like your percentage can be different because you are one of those final 2.
Yeah, no. I do think I make it, but I think it's close. So I'm gonna go 52.
Okay.
Just because like I could see myself like getting burned, but I still think I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
Through. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay. I got an overall Act 1 score of 60%.
Okay, I got 68%.
That seems to make sense.
Yes. Okay, cute. It worked. So far, it worked.
Yay.
All right.
That was really fun, by the way. I loved doing that.
Perfect.
I loved that. That was great.
In this next room, Jason finds a lock on a door that says Saison or Season Lock & Co. So we need to find another key. And Amanda couldn't care less about finding another key. She demands that Danny hand over his phone that she knows that he snuck in.
Right.
Which he does, but of course there's no signal.
Yeah, I was not expecting
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jason actually finds a key in like a random burlap sack in this room, which is like crazy to me because this room is so cluttered. There's so much stuff in it, so lived in. But he finds that and it unlocks the padlock on the door, but there's still another lock on the door in order to get it open. And the second lock is one that needs a 7-letter code.
Ooh, is it like one of those like the lock, like the little you scroll the little things?
Yes,
oh, I love those. Oh, so fun.
Everyone starts looking at this point, you know, for clues, even Amanda. And Mike notices a cross-stitched piece of decor on the wall that says, "You'll go down in history."
Okay.
So Jason starts trying out like different last names of presidents on the code lock, but Ben has a flashback, okay? And he's in a car, he's drunk driving with a group of friends, crowded inside, and they're all singing to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on the radio.
Right. Yeah, this should help, I think.
Yes. Yeah. Right before getting into what looks like a brutal car crash, okay?
Oof. Okay.
And of course, "You'll go down in history" is a lyric from Rudolph.
Oh, yeah.
"You'll go down in history."
History. Okay.
So he's like, wait, guys, Rudolph for the code. It's a 7-letter word. And they open up the cabin door to find themselves on the front porch of this cabin walking into a snowy simulation.
So Rudolph was the code?
Yes. Because of the lyric.
I don't know if I'm getting that.
Yeah, really?
Oh,
I was proud of myself. I got it before the characters did when I first watched the movie. I was like, Rudolph, like before the flashback.
See, that's good because I was thinking, all right, there's a book in here.
Right.
Some kind of history book that's going to have something. Like that's where my brain went.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, so we're in a snowy forest.
I love it.
There's a forest, there's a lake, and there's mountains in the distance. And it is genuinely freezing. The cabin door closes and locks behind them, and the frozen lake in this room starts pretty much as soon as you step off the porch. Like you're on the lake.
Ooh.
And the entire ground is the frozen lake unless you get off to the sides and get into the forest. But the frozen lake is like between both sides of the forest all the way to the end.
Okay.
And Danny's very impressed with this room and starts like merrily sliding off down this lake, living out his figure skater fantasies, when suddenly he hits the simulation wall and gets knocked on his ass.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah. And the sounds of the lake cracking fill the air. And everyone's like, oh shit. But Danny's like, LOL, guys, calm down. This ice isn't actually cracking. It's not even real ice. The sound that you're hearing is just a sound effect coming through a speaker.
Mm-hmm.
And he points up to a camera in one of the nearby trees and is like, plus they're watching to make sure none of us get hurt. Like, they don't want to deal with a lawsuit. It's fine.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but sure.
Then Danny walks up to the simulation wall again, like in awe, and gives it a good pat, which is when vents open up on this wall and start blowing out freezing air to make it even colder.
Now I'm down and out, dude. I can't do the cold.
You'll take the oven?
I think I will take the oven over the freezing. Like, I was brushing snow off my car this morning and I thought I was going to die. So, like, you know?
Yeah. He runs back to the group and they all like huddle together for warmth and are like, okay, yep, time to look for clues. We want to get out of this one quick.
Yeah.
So Jason follows a path in the woods that leads to a heavy door with a regular lock, like just like a standard door. Amanda finds a wooden chest, and inside it, there's a single coat, which is just great for a party of 6.
Yeah, awesome.
And on the back of the chest, Zoe wipes away some snow and finds the message, "True North is a lie."
Ooh.
As far as the coat situation, Amanda clocks the creators of the escape room and are like, you're trying to get us to turn against each other to fight over resources. But she shouts at a nearby camera and is like, hey, we're not going to fight each other. That's not going to work. We're going to share it. Like, we're going to have shifts.
Sure.
And then she offers it to Zoe to wear first. Ben has been off on his own smoking a cigarette. Like, he's not trying to do anything.
Oh my God. Thanks, Ben.
He's like,
you're great.
Oh my God, we're outside. Perfect. Let me smoke my cigarette.
My Lord.
And as he walks across the lake, he steps on like a loose chunk of ice and his leg goes clean through into the freezing water beneath the lake.
Uh-oh.
So yes, it seems to be real. And now the bottom half of his leg is soaked and the group comes running over to find that the loose patch of ice that he stepped on has revealed a perfect circle, a fishing hole.
Oh, cool.
And now they're like, oh shit, is the key at the bottom of the lake? Like, who's going to dive in? Yikes.
Oh, not me.
Not me. Absolutely not.
Not me.
But don't worry, Mike saves the day. He had gone off on his own little scavenger hunt in the woods and found a statue of a wolf that was looking up into the trees. And he followed this wolf's line of sight and found a fishing pole up in one of the tree branches.
Okay, perfect. Love to hear it.
So he climbed the tree and now he's here with a fishing pole. So while Mike and the group start fishing, Zoe finds a compass in the coat pocket. She's like that first one wearing it.
Yes.
And she starts to follow it north, but the arrow north keeps changing directions on her. And so she just lets that happen and tries to figure out what it's actually pointing at. And she ends up finding a polar bear statue.
Then she hugs it and she stays there and she doesn't move.
And that's her best friend and they get married and they live happily ever after.
Yes. Oh, I love it. That's amazing.
So she finds the polar bear statue and this polar bear has his mouth wide open. So she reaches in and ends up retrieving this special magnet inside.
Oh.
Back with the group, Jason throws a temper tantrum about how Mike isn't fishing properly, and he ends up getting kind of aggressive, like tearing the fishing pole out of Mike's hands for himself.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, you didn't even release it properly. You have to release the string all the way down to the lake bottom or the line or whatever the fishing lingo is.
Yep.
So he does that, and it takes like a good 30 seconds of the string flying down to the bottom to finally reach, and they're like, oh, okay, so this is really deep. Jason apologizes for yelling and getting aggressive and is like, I just hate the cold. Like, it makes me go crazy. Where's Zoe? I need that jacket. He's like, me next.
My turn.
Yeah. So enter Zoe with the magnet. They reel the fishing line back up and attach the magnet to the end of the line before releasing it back to the bottom of the lake, and it ends up attaching itself to something pretty heavy.
Okay.
As they reel it up, Jason's like, so hey, Zoe, your turn is up. And she's like, she's kind of confused for a second. And then she's like, oh, yeah, of course. Like, And she hands over the jacket.
Right.
So they finally reel up the line, and attached to the magnet is an ice block with the edges of it smelted by like iron. It's about a foot by foot in size, and inside the ice block, they can see a key.
Ugh. How the hell?
While the group was working together around this fishing hole, Ben started smoking a cigarette, and Amanda was like, hey, can you not smoke near me? She's not a fan.
Mm-hmm.
So he walked across the lake to the edge of the forest to smoke. And now the group is like, Ben, we need your lighter.
Right.
To melt this thing down. And Ben's been feeling like an outcast this whole time. Like he's not much of a people person. So he rolls his eyes at the group suddenly needing him and throws the lighter their way. And it doesn't reach them, but it slides across the lake like halfway between them.
Okay.
Maybe 25 feet from the group. So the group just stares at him in annoyance. Like, could you not literally just walk over here and hand it to us like a nice person?
Yeah, for real, bud.
But Danny's the one to be the bigger person here and is like, it's fine, I'll get it. And Ben, being an asshole, is like, you're welcome, by the way, whatever.
Oh my God.
So Danny goes and picks up the lighter, but with one step back toward the group, the ice cracks underneath him and he completely falls through.
Oh my God, no. That's the worst.
There's a strong current in this water too, so he immediately gets dragged around and away from the hole.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh my God. Nope. Oh my God, I cannot.
One of my worst fears, actually, like being under a frozen lake.
Yeah.
The group panics and tries to like keep track of where he's at because you can kind of see his silhouette, but there's also snow, so they're like wiping away snow to see better, like where is he?
Yeah.
But they aren't able to like find him, and he's not able to stay in one place long enough for them to try to like break and like get to him. He'll be moved to a different area, and yeah, he drowns and he dies beneath this lake.
Yeah. This okay. That sucks, first of all. I'm also really stuck on the lighter thing because I'm like, if that's the solution to this puzzle, I'm confused. You know what I mean? Unless like the creators of this knew that he'd have the lighter on him. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. I could see it like both ways. Like,
because it's like if you need fire and the only way to get the fire is a lighter, then they had to have known he would have it.
Sure. Yeah.
Or there's a different way. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a huge wake-up call to those of us who are in denial right now.
Yep.
Jason hands over the jacket to Amanda and is like, you were right. This is real.
Yeah.
Now the group turns on Ben for a minute here because Ben is like the only one who saw it happen, I guess, when he threw the lighter. They were all turned away when Danny fell through.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, Danny said something about there being a game master. Maybe he's the game master. Like Ben might be running all of this and we don't even know it.
Ooh.
Obviously, Ben's like, okay, hell no, I'm just like a dude that works at a grocery store. Like, what are you guys talking about?
Right.
Which he is. They decide to let it go and just focus on getting out of the room. So we need to melt the ice block. So everyone gets their hands on it and we just use body heat.
Oh.
Yes. And
I have a hard time imagining that would work.
They use body heat. They use the coat as well. Like they wrap the coat around it as well. And they also take shifts like hugging it to themselves. So yeah, they're just working any type of body heat they can to get it to melt. And they're in there for a while doing this. It's a bit of a montage moment.
Yikes. Okay.
Also, there's a thermostat hanging in one of the trees in the forest, and it shows that by the end of this montage, they're now down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oof.
Yeah.
Just thinking about that, I'm like in pure misery.
I know. But thankfully, just as this poor group is starting to get a bit disoriented thanks to the cold, we finally reach the key, and Jason snatches it up and runs with the group behind him to the door that he found earlier, turning it in the lock. But instead of opening the door, a door on the opposite side of the room across the lake opens up instead.
What?
And it opens up garage style.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like once it opens, it immediately starts to close. So you have to turn, like you only get to activate this door once. Turning the key in this other door is what activates the garage door. And the garage door goes all the way up and it starts coming back down and they realize we need to run and get into that garage door before it closes again.
Okay.
It's a one-time shot to run across the lake, make it to the door, And of course, the icy lake starting at the end of the cabin starts to break apart. Like there are like mini explosions happening all over the lake now.
Uh-huh.
So you have to get across the lake before the explosions reach you. And then you have to get under the door before it closes. So it's like a lot.
Oh my God.
The entire group has to like run for their lives. Every single one of them, though, makes it across the lake and through the door just in time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's intense, though.
Yeah, it sounds it.
So it's time for room number 4, a completely upside down billiards hall and bar.
Ooh.
So like we're standing on the ceiling and looking up at the floor vibes.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Okay. This sounds better than the last couple. So
yeah.
like going from extreme heat to extreme cold.
Yes.
At least in those 2 rooms. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, this one
I'll
is
take the
so much
upside down.
So much nicer and better. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to stay that way. That's what's going to happen.
Once inside, the entire room starts shooting upwards like we're in a huge elevator right now.
What?
Yeah, like the room is an elevator.
Okay.
And it comes to a stop, and then nothing happens. Until suddenly a phone rings, except the phone is on the ceiling. So, like, they're not really sure what to do until it drops down on its own and dangles from its cord.
Cool.
And Mike puts the phone to his ear just to be met with a high-pitched service tone dial. And then suddenly music kicks in on the jukebox in this room. And the song is like, that's playing is Downtown by Petula Clark, which is like this old, I think it might be from the 60s. And it's like, I've heard it in random soundtracks before. It's like downtown, do 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 downtown. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I think I do know what you're talking about. Actually,
it's loud. So like, okay, we're motivated to get out of here because it's so loud.
Yeah. Okay.
Jason notices a door toward the top of the ceiling that's missing a handle. So we need to be on the lookout for that.
Sure.
Zoe finds a little trophy in the room that has the name Dr. Wu Tian Yu on it again. A minute or so passes. Everyone's looking for clues. Mike notices that on the upside-down pool table, the 8-ball is missing. So he walks across the room toward the rack of cue balls. But the music suddenly stops, and the high-pitched service tone screeches from the phone again. And when it does, a huge section of the ceiling, aka the floor for us, because everything is down upside down, completely falls out from under them and drops down this huge shaft that's probably 15 stories high.
What?
Ben grabs Mike just in time and pulls him back from the section that has fallen away. And obviously they're all like, what the hell? What the hell?
Excuse me?
The music kicks back in and everything continues as normal, but they realize that this is low-key like musical chairs. Like when the music stops, another section of the floor is going to fall away until there is no floor left.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Amanda starts to hoist herself up toward the floor at the top, aka the ceiling for us. And like now I'm just going to stop talking like that and just say it
I got
normal.
you now. Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Amanda uses a bunch of objects to climb until she reaches the upper shelves of the bar and finds a safe that needs a 4-digit code to be opened. We're hoping that in the safe is going to be the doorknob that is missing on the door. Zoe notices a big puzzle on the wall on the other side of the missing floor. And it's one of those puzzles where it's a huge square made up of little squares. In this case, every little square is a record cover. And there's one empty slot allowing you to move around the little squares to make a bigger image.
I don't think I've ever solved one of those.
I fucking hate those. I have to do them in Nancy Drew games all the time.
Oh my God.
And it's just like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Especially under pressure like this. Oh my God.
Oh God, no, there's no chance.
Yeah. So Girly hangs on tight, and there's like the tiniest of ledges on the outskirts of the room where the floor is missing. And she clings to the wall and carefully balances past this section over to the other side of the room. And then she climbs up to the puzzle, and she actually completes it in like amazing time. Like maybe it takes her 2 minutes to get through this puzzle. Yeah. While she was working on that, another section of the floor had fallen down into the pit, and it was the section that Jason was standing on, but he was able to grab onto the wall in time and pull himself back up before falling.
Oof. When you like look down, is it just like black?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Ugh.
And then you hear like how long it's taking these things to like crash to the bottom.
Sure.
So there's like 3 more sections of floor left to drop at this point.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, Zoe's puzzle is complete. They all take a look. Ben points out that there are distinct sections of the image that are different colors. We see yellow, we see black, and we see blue. Also, within the image of the puzzle, we see circles and we see lines. So Mike realizes that that must stand for solids versus stripes, like on the cue balls.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So in the first section, we have yellow stripes on this image. So they find the coordinating ball on the pool table that is yellow stripes, and it is the number 9. So Amanda presses 9 for the first number on the code. Next on the image is solid black. So of course they know that has to be the 8 ball.
Right.
So she presses 8 next. And then finally there's the blue stripe section, which leads to the number 10 ball. So Amanda finishes with the code 10.
Perfect.
But it doesn't work.
Okay. Yeah. Never mind. Never mind.
It felt like they were on a roll. Like I was like, they're doing so good. Like this is hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the music stops and the service dial kicks in and another huge section of the floor drops away. There are too few sections left at this point, and in a panic, both Ben and Mike, the only two still risking it on the floor, run and jump up on the shelving unit that Zoe is perched on by the puzzle.
Okay, yeah. I'm surprised they weren't doing that before.
Right. I was like, wouldn't you, like after the first drop, I would want to climb up onto something.
Yeah, right.
But unfortunately, with all 3 of them on this shelving unit, like a screw comes loose and the top half falls slightly out of the wall. So it's like falls maybe a 30-degree angle off the top.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So Jason starts yelling and is like, Mike, you got to get off. It's going to fall. It can't handle all 3 of you guys. Be a man. Get off. Get off. Like targeting Mike for who knows what reason. I don't know. Like any of them could get off, but
yeah.
Mike's scared and he's looking around trying to find something else that's sturdy enough to grab onto.
Sure.
And Zoe ends up getting pissed at Jason for yelling at Mike and is like, stop, I'll do it. I'll get off. I can do it.
Yeah.
She's kind of got like, she's more lean and balanced as well. She's like, let me do this.
Yeah, I got this.
So she tries to reach for a pool cue shelf to her left, and Jason's standing on some piece of furniture, possibly the jukebox. It's hard to tell. Like everything is a lot.
Right. Yeah.
But he is telling her to just grab his hand and he'll pull her over to him. There's enough room. But she doesn't. She doesn't really want to have help from him because he's pissing her off, which like, I get it. But also it's like, I'm scared enough probably that I'd just be like, okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So she stays determined to do this herself. But before she can reach the pool cue to swing herself over, the puzzle shelf falls another 20 degrees from the top.
Okay.
And because she was only holding on with one hand, she falls.
Oh, no.
Thankfully, right beneath her, there is still a section of the floor.
Okay.
But she's got to get up and move fast before the music stops again.
Right.
So she's in a daze, though, because when she falls, she has a flashback trauma memory of waking up flat on her back on the ceiling of a plane after the crash and looking up and seeing her mom dead in her seat.
Yeah. You know, just girly things.
So interesting that it's like we're in an upside down room and she was in an upside down crash. Like she woke up in an upside down crash. It's like weird parallels keep happening with these characters.
It's starting to seem like there is some kind of intentional selection based on past trauma.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Jason jumps down to her and gets her to come out. He like helps her out of this flashback, like brings her back to Earth. Like, hey, come on now.
Yeah.
And she has an epiphany. The room is upside down. That's her epiphany. But she's like, okay, so the code might be 2. So instead of 9810, try 0186.
Oh.
Flip.
Yeah. Shit. Okay.
So Jason and Zoe both get up on the jukebox stage sign situation, whatever the fuck. And Amanda successfully opens the safe.
Okay.
So inside is the missing doorknob, and it's an 8-ball doorknob. Very cute.
Yes.
Now, Amanda is on the opposite side of the room from everyone else by the bar.
Mm-hmm. At
this point, Jason, Ben, Zoe, and Mike are all able to stand on the karaoke stage thing for safety. And that's right next to, that's where the door is to open up.
Gotcha.
And there's one section of floor left yet to fall and it's right in the middle of the room.
Oof.
So the floor is like too far away from Amanda to jump to.
Yep.
She can't do that. So what she's going to have to do is like try to climb over all the hanging things.
Yes.
To the other side of the room. So she hypes herself up, wipes her hands free of sweat, and then jumps and hangs on to the edge of the pool table.
Ooh.
Like, let me tell, like, I'm dead right there. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't jump and hold on to something. Like, I don't have that strength.
Yeah. Unless it's like, I feel like the only way I like could be even remotely confident about that is if it's like a bar.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
Whereas like,
yeah.
See, like, I don't think I would be able to do that, but like, I don't know, a pool table?
I know.
How the frick?
It's weird. Like it's like a ledge that she's holding on to, you know?
Yeah. It's
the only way I could maybe do it is if I'm high enough to be able to jump and catch myself with my arms and then pull myself up from there. But as far as hands, like hand strength and bicep strength, like I can't be doing that. But she's rough. She's an army vet. She's like
true.
Got some good physique. She's good. So she hoists herself up and uses her legs too as she like monkey bars across the edge of the pool table, slowly making her way closer to the group. But as she's doing this, the 8-ball doorknob that she put in her pocket, jean pocket, squeezes out from her jean pocket and falls to the floor below.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And it's sliding steadily toward the edge of this floor section, about to fall into the pit.
Mm-hmm.
So Amanda drops down onto the floor section and grabs it like just in time, despite most of the group telling her to just like forget it at this point. Like it's because if you drop down to the floor section, there's not really anything to grab onto from there in that specific section to get back up. Amanda screams for Jason and throws the 8-ball knob his way, and he catches it. And then the floor falls out from beneath Amanda, but she jumps just in time and grabs onto the phone hanging from the cord attached to the ceiling.
What?
And it holds.
No way does it hold.
The group is panicking, and Ben grabs a pool cue, like holding it out for Amanda to grab onto. And she tries, but she's like just too out of reach. And like, what are the chances that Ben's going to be able to hold her up with all her weight on the end of this cue?
Like that's...
Like, the awkward physics, it's just panic mode. It's not going to work.
Right.
And Amanda knows that. And so she stops trying and she just says, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh.
And then she lets go and she falls to her death.
Oh, wait, that's kind of sad.
It's really sad. I liked Amanda. Like, she was one of my favorite of the bunch.
Damn, that's rough.
So Jason attaches the 8-ball knob to the door and it opens up to the next room, and Ben has to drag Zoe into this next room because she is stuck in like the shock and trauma and Amanda's fall. She was the one like comforting Amanda, like they were kind of the close girly pops together, and so she's like really upset. But yeah, it's time for another room, and this one is a huge triage room inside of a hospital. So if anyone doesn't know, a triage being an area in the emergency department with like a lot of beds to take in patients that need immediate assessment. But before we get started on this room, it's time for our second survivability check-in.
I gotta say, I'm really hyped to answer these questions.
I have how many questions for Act 2? 16 plus, because there are some double numbers.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be introducing the idea of deadly questions in this act because we have deaths, and sometimes there are questions that are kind of the final blow of a death. And I highlighted them in red for me, and I want to weigh those within this act 3 times more than the standard black-coded questions. The red-coded are deadly questions that are going to be weighed 3 times more in final calculations because I think they're just really important. And, you know, we're really extra about this. So
I'm loving the worksheet. This is good. So great.
So would you find the cabin room key in a burlap sack?
Whew.
I know.
Based on your, like the way you've described it, sounds like it's like pretty lucky that he found it.
Yeah.
But like, I can imagine, like, again, like if I know that's what I need to do, Like, I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to find it. Just might take a while, especially, like, we've got a whole group. I'm going to go 83 on that.
I went 71.
Okay.
Still pretty high. But yeah, I agree. It's just like there's so much to look through. But eventually I got to find it, right? You know?
Yeah.
Would you crack the "you'll go down in history" word code?
Dude, I don't know that would be me. You'll go down in history. Because it's like, it definitely is from Rudolph. And I hear it for sure. But I feel like it's also a common phrase. And my mind goes more towards like history books. So me personally, 16% that my brain goes there.
Yeah. You get like caught up.
Exactly.
I gave myself a 65% because if I realized, like if I looked at that cross stitch and thought of it as a clue, I think I would get it. But I don't know if I would like connect that like the cross stitch is a clue because there's so much decor.
Ooh, yeah.
Like in this place that's more what I think I would get hung up on, like just not realizing that that's important.
Yeah, that's fair too. Yeah.
Would you find the fishing hole in the tundra escape room?
Whew. Interesting because they accidentally fell into it. How big is this ice that we are able to access? Like, because obviously there's a wall.
I would guess that it's like 100 yards.
Oh, it's pretty big. Yeah. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
Then probably not the most likely. I want to say I'd be like pushing the snow aside and whatever. But eventually, again, it all comes back to like eventually. But then again, this one's really, really cold. I'm going to say 53.
I went exactly 50 because I really do think it's like a 50-50 shot of like whether you're going to find this either accidentally or on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you find the chest with the jacket in the forest?
I think so. I'm going to say 91.
I did 90.
Yeah, right. Like, it's like, you're going to find that.
You gotta. There's actually like it's like doesn't have that problem that the cabin room did where there's so much clutter. So it's like things like that do stand out in this room.
Sure.
Would you find the fishing pole? That's where he found like a wolf statue and followed the line of sight and saw the fishing pole up in a branch.
Would I find it? Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't know if would I be able to get it is a question.
But yeah. That's part of the question, I guess.
Okay. 88.
Okay.
I do think like I just think it's pretty standard. Like, what's it looking at? Like, that's such a common like escape room / mystery type thing.
I didn't realize that. I was like, oh,
really?
I didn't think that way at all. I gave myself a 55 because I think I want to put myself in the top half for this, but
sure.
I don't know. I might just find it without even realizing, like doing it correctly just by like looking around.
Yeah, right. Oh, look, a fishing pole.
Yeah. So would you wear the jacket first, which leads to finding the compass?
I don't think I would take the jacket first.
Okay. If it was offered to you. So in this situation, hey, Caitlin, you take the jacket first. Are you going to just accept it? Or are you going to fight back and be like, no, this person should take it?
Okay. If it's offered to me, I'll probably be like, okay, sure.
Okay.
And then jointly, do I find the compass or is compass?
No, don't worry about the compass yet.
Oh, okay. If it's offered to me, I think there's a really good chance I'm like, sure, I'll go 95.
Okay.
Right? Is that?
I did 78. Yeah, that's like, I think what you're, the right end. So then, yeah, we're both in the upper 50%, above 50% likely to take the coat if offered.
Sure, yeah.
So we're both going to answer 6B2, which is, would you find the magnet using the compass?
I don't even remember how she did that.
So, she just found the compass in her pocket. So she's like, okay, let me look and follow true north. There was the message before where it was like, true north is a lie that she saw.
Right.
So she just followed it north, which wasn't accurate north, but it led her to that polar bear.
Oh, how could I forget the polar bear? Okay.
Well, you were just on you were like living another movie fantasy during that section.
That's true. So the question is, would Caitlin find the polar bear? Well, right. I'm not going to say I would 100% find the polar bear, but...
And then think to put your hand in there and reach for that magnet.
I would put my hands all over the polar bear, okay?
Okay, this is getting a little weird. Okay, we need to be worried a little bit.
Oh no, the furry allegations are never stopping.
Right.
I'm gonna go 87.
Yeah.
I think I would find it.
I went 92.
Yeah.
Okay, next up we have a deadly question.
Uh-oh.
Would you refuse to be the bigger person and retrieve the lighter? This is one where it's worded a little weirdly because I want to say it differently, but would you refuse to be Danny and be the bigger person and go pick up that lighter?
I would pick up the lighter.
You would?
Yeah. Because, like, it's bigger than that right now.
Right.
Like, we just need to get out of here. And, like, I'm, like, I know we're in life and death, but I'm also thinking escape room. I'm, like, very much the proactive person in the escape room. That's like, okay, I got this. You do that. Well, like, you know, like, that's me. Which is probably annoying, but I just get really excited.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say like 10.
I went 5.
Yeah. You know, like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go and grab that.
Yeah. Because I'm also that person in general when people are fighting about stupid stuff and there's something to be done, like to get done, it's like, oh my God, I'll do it. Like I get so fed up.
Yeah.
Okay. So then another deadly question. Would you be able to escape from under the ice?
No. I see very little space for that because not only are you trapped, you're in a current, you're freezing. 3.
Okay. Yeah. I went 8 because I was like, maybe I can catch myself before I get pulled under.
Yeah.
Maybe I can like swim and grab just by luck, by chance. You know, I go past the fishing hole and I just can grab that.
Sure.
It's like, but nah, I don't think so either.
Exactly. Yeah, that's rough.
Could you run across the exploding lake in time to reach the tundra room exit?
The fact that everybody else did,
I know,
tells me yes, I could. I ran cross country, man. Like I can run. No, right. I think it'd be pretty easy.
Okay.
That's a hard one to like go super high onto at the same time.
Right.
I'll go 92.
Whoa. Okay. I did 53.
Oh.
I went top half because, like you said, everyone else could do it.
Yep.
But it's panic. I'm on a clock. It's closing. Things are exploding. The ice is slippery. I'm afraid I could fall. And if I fall, it's over.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
Yeah. Do you notice the missing door handle on the door in the upper corner of the billiards room?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I definitely think I would. I'm going to do 92 again.
Okay. I did 38.
Oh, okay. This could be an example of
me seeing the visuals.
The
yeah.
And you know how maybe hidden it was as opposed to me hearing it.
Maybe a little bit, but mostly I think my brain is like less wired for escape rooms, I think is what I'm realizing as we are talking to each other, and yours is more perceptive to certain things. I feel like I would be stupid and I would see it. I would literally see the missing door handle and just be like, whatever, they couldn't like pay to finish off that door. Like, oh my God. That's probably nothing. I don't know. I would eventually get there when nothing else is working out. And I'm like, maybe that's a thing. But like, I could just see me being like just looking right past and not realizing that that's an issue or something I should notice.
Right.
Same with that stupid, like the decor with the, you'll go down in history. I just wouldn't like think like, oh, that's what is important.
Yeah. You know, most escape rooms are not super immersive, I will say. Like, it's usually pretty obvious when something is going to be a clue. This sounds like it's a lot more immersive than a typical escape room.
They're
you know
like very filled out.
Yes, exactly.
Would you succeed in avoiding the falling floor pieces? Whew. I just put this all into one. I was considering how to do this. And I was like, let's do it all in one. Like the first one, you don't even realize it's going to happen. And then from there, you know it's going to happen, you know, but just in general.
Sure. I think this one's tricky. Are we including Amanda's situation in this?
Nope.
Okay. I don't want to be cocky, but I want to be cocky. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like I could. I'm able to cling onto something for dear life. It's just that initial, like, once I see the first one go, though, I'm going up.
Right.
I'm going up after the first falling. So I'll go 74.
Okay. I went 49.
Okay.
Because it mostly, if it's like before we realize it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So like thinking if I'm standing there for that first one, I might not be able to hold on and pull myself up and all that. Also, I just like, I have sweaty hands. Like I will slip off of everything as well. I get clammy, especially when I'm nervous and I'm fucking sweating bullets through all of this.
Yeah.
So just like, I put myself just under the halfway mark because I'm like, I feel like I'm 50-50 because if I am not on one when it falls, I'll be fine and I'll immediately climb up. I'm not going to stay down there a second after that first fall.
Sure.
But if I'm on it for the first fall, I'm probably screwed.
Yeah. No, I think that's a fair assessment. I hate that I'm like listening to this. I'm like, oh, this sounds so fun.
I know.
Like I want to do it. Like this, like, oh my God, I want someone to make this escape.
I'll need to put something together for you. It'll be fun.
Oh, great. I love the sound of that.
We'll go to a warehouse and it'll be all set up.
Yay.
Would you climb up and find the safe? Basically, would you be Amanda? Would you climb up and find that safe? You might be. I fear you might be an Amanda.
I would want to.
Yeah.
Physical strength wise, like we'll see. But like, yeah, if they were like climb all over the walls, I'd be like, yeah, okay. 84.
Okay.
I just like this sounds so fun. Like I'm just like.
It's an important step. Like it's like good to find the safe, but
Yeah.
I gave myself a 52 because I think it's just like where I choose to climb up. If I end up finding the safe, I'll find the safe because I'm climbing up.
Yeah. Somewhere.
Would you notice and solve the square puzzle on the wall?
Notice, absolutely. Solve, probably not. I mean, I haven't put a lot of effort into solving these puzzles, but every time I look at them, I go, that's okay. I'm all right. So I would hope that someone else could do this puzzle, but if it's me, we might be fucked. So 33.
Okay. I gave myself a 67.
Yeah, Miss Nancy Drew over here can maybe get that puzzle.
The thing is, I think I can do it. It's just how long is it going to take me? Like,
true.
This girl did it in 2 minutes. Like, the whole ground is going to be gone by the time I finish that puzzle.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, that's rough.
Would you successfully avoid falling off the shelf when it starts to unhinge from the wall?
Okay. I feel like it doesn't take, like, it wouldn't take much for me to be like, you know what, this is how it ends. Goodbye. Because, like, I just, like, feel like I would be so fucking scared.
Yeah.
And I'm not strong either. Ooh, that one's 39.
Yeah. Okay.
Like maybe, like I feel like there's a good chance I could figure out a way to avoid falling to my death, but how exactly I'd go about that, I'm not 100% sure.
I gave myself a 18 because I just have clammy hands.
Well, yeah, it comes back to that
I'd
sweat.
Slip right off. Would you be able to interpret the square puzzle and retrieve the correct code? Where you're figuring out, okay, this is color-coded, and there's stripes and there's circles, so that means the cue balls, and then you solve that. But then also, it's upside-down code, like that whole thing.
Listen, I think the stripe solids color.
Okay.
I think we can get there.
Okay.
I think that's pretty. Now, this is where I'm going to write in a complaint to the escape room afterward and say, that's a little bit of a reach, okay? Yes.
Someone fucking died.
I was just mad about my puzzle. Like, but like, okay, like flipping the 6, the 9, I think that should be it. But like the whole thing being reversed, unless I'm not understanding it completely, does that make sense to you? That the whole code is reversed? Or should just the number be
you could be onto something. I didn't really think deeply about it, but now that you say that and I'm like envisioning it, yeah, upside down, it shouldn't be backwards. It should just be upside down, reversing the 6 and the 9.
Right.
Yeah. But
so I'm writing a complaint, but yeah. So I might not get that actually.
Yeah.
43.
Okay, I gave myself an 11.
Okay.
You know what?
Wait, 43 is too high. What am I doing? You know, fuck that. I know, I'm writing in a complaint.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 13 because I like that number.
Okay.
But
for real, like I think at some point we need to do an escape room together because it sounds like you said it might be annoying you being like the one in charge. I need that. I need guidance.
We will do one
okay.
At some point in the near future.
Yeah.
And not the one at TwitchCon.
Oh,
that did not count.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That did not count.
Okay, final question for Act 2 and deadly question.
Oh, dead.
Yeah. Could you successfully jump and monkey bar across the pool table to the other side of the room?
And then like also not drop the knob.
Yes.
And
I will say I would throw that across the room to them first. Yes. I can't hang on to anything for dear life. I don't have strength, but I have a good throw. And I think I would throw that first and then I would deal with this.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I probably would have thrown it. Also, some escape rooms I've had have throwing things, so you would be in charge of the throwing.
Perfect.
It sounds like,
yeah,
which would be great. But that jump, I don't know. I'm not an ex-military individual by any stretch. 12.
Okay, I gave myself a 0.
Oh, Cassie, no.
I know I would fall.
1.
I can't. No, I would not be. There's no world where I could do that. My hands are sweaty and I have no upper body strength.
I mean,
and like the amount of space she had to jump and like the amount of swing that it gives her because of how far she had to jump and like the swing and the control, I would just swing right off and fall. Yeah. I know it.
0 is crazy.
Yeah. I need to hit the gym.
You and me both, girl. All right. 44 is my score for Act 2.
Wow, I'm at a 36.
All right, not bad.
Not bad. It's because we both went so low for those deadly questions.
Yeah, exactly.
So we are in the hospital triage department. And when the lights kick on, they realize that the different patient areas are labeled with their own names.
Ooh, creepy.
Mm-hmm. Mike's area is labeled pneumothorax.
Yep.
Which is a collapsed lung. I did have to look that up.
Yeah, I would not have known that.
No.
Okay.
And there's also like a rusty hard hat on his bedside table. And he recognizes this setup as the real hospital room that he was once in.
Ooh.
Everyone else is realizing the same thing. These are exact replicas of the hospital rooms that they've all respectively been in.
Crazy.
Yeah. So Zoe goes over to Amanda's room and looks at her file, discovering that while in the military, she was the sole survivor of a bomb attack. And then Zoe comes clean about her own history. She says, I was on a plane with my mom backpacking across Vietnam, and the plane just crashed in the middle of the jungle. It took them a week to find me. And some of the other people in the room are like, oh my God, I remember you, like being on the news.
Oh, wow.
And it turns out Zoe was the sole survivor of that crash.
Oh.
Then Jason confesses, my college roommate and I took a boat out and a wave came out of nowhere and it just flipped the boat over. And I tried to grab a line and almost took my thumb off. Okay, so it wasn't a freaking whatever the fuck a hitchhiking accident is.
Yeah, right.
Wet, freezing, just holding onto the hull with only one jacket between the two of us.
Oh.
And Nathan, he started getting aggressive and confused. Like it was signs of hypothermia, they told me later in the hospital. And on the second day, he swam off. I don't know what he thought he saw out there. There was nothing in the ocean. And the next day, the Coast Guard found me alone.
Yikes. Okay.
Also, side note, in the flashback accompanying his monologue, the coat in the flashback is the same exact coat that was in the Tundra escape room.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. This is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Ben is next to Cher, and he confesses to being behind the wheel of a drunk driving accident of which he was also the sole survivor.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike, he was the sole survivor of a mining accident while hearing like literally his brother and his friends around him slowly suffocating to death from the rubble, and then he survived. So Zoe checks on Danny's file and finds that everyone in his family was killed from carbon monoxide poisoning except for him. So yes, they're like realizing they were all invited here by people who knew everything about them and knew they were all sole survivors. And specifically, that would make them a statistical improbability.
Right.
And Zoe goes, and now they want to see who will be the luckiest among the lucky.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn. No, it's not funny, but it's funny that we're talking about this right now, and I'm like, well, okay, I'm thinking like we have to survive. Imagine we're these characters and we would have to survive that to then get here to survive this.
Yes.
I'm like, yikes.
It's very meta, I'd survive.
Yeah. It really is.
A TV roars to life on a far wall, and it starts playing an old-timey aesthetic ad that says this: "Do you have the heart to let Dr. Wu-Tian Yu help you become a better you? Open new doors by testing your limits. Don't settle for a humdrum existence. Live life to the extreme. Place your order in the next 5 minutes and receive a complimentary getaway."
What?
And then a girl, I know.
I'm like, huh?
So then a 5-minute countdown starts on the TV screen. So Mike, Jason, and Ben are all like, all right, shit, here we go again. Let's look for clues. But Zoe is like, absolutely not. They want us to play until there's one person left standing. We can't play their game or we'll keep dying. And Ben's like, well, yeah, well, what choice do we have? Like, they're watching us.
Right.
And Zoe looks around at the cameras stationed around the room and is like, okay, bet. And she just starts going around and destroying all the cameras.
Oh, okay. Why did I not think that was an option?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're pretty like standard looking cameras, like those like security cams on sides of buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
While she's doing that, the guys have each managed to find an X-ray. So they convene at the X-ray machine and they light it up and put each sheet up on the screen to see that these are scans of hands appearing to hold up different numbers with their fingers.
Oh,
so
okay.
Like it's got to be a 3-digit number code, right? No, it's not.
Oh, well, no.
Yeah, no. Ben realizes it's actually sign language spelling out EKG.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to his deaf cousin. That's why he knows.
Thanks.
Yeah, but I do not. So we're a little screwed.
No.
They're like, okay, we need to find an EKG machine. So Jason finds it, and right next to it, he notices a tank labeled poison. And he's like, oh, shit, like if we don't get out of here in time, they're going to gas us.
Good.
So there's about 3 minutes left, and Jason rolls the EKG machine to the center of the room and tells Ben to take off his shirt. And Ben argues a little at first, but like they're on the clock, so he eventually listens to Jason, and Jason attaches like the wires to his chest. And his heart rate starts coming through the EKG machine at around 92.
That's it?
I know that. I thought that was low.
That's like me on a normal day. Like,
okay, well, you're not normal.
It's true. I do have very high heart rate, but
yeah.
But still, no. That's what when I go to the doctor, I'm usually in the 90s, and they're always like, "Are you good?" I'm like, I don't know. You tell me. You're the doctor. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just. I mean, that's called white coat syndrome, though, and I definitely have that. So
yeah, for some reason, actually, I know why. In high school, we had to like monitor our heart rates while doing like spin bikes. I don't know.
Oh, fun.
And then we also like afterwards had to try to lay down and get our heart rate as low as possible, like as low of a resting rate as possible. And like, yeah, I'd be like up to 110 when I'm like working out really hard. And then the lowest I could get my heart rate was like 60. Like I remember I couldn't get into the 50s.
I can't get into the 60s, so
I wonder if I still can. Like I don't know
if that's just like
what it should be or what's good or what. Like I don't really know. Yeah,
that's why. Little side fun fact. That's why I stopped wearing my Fitbit. Is because I had too much anxiety over my heart rate. I would just look at it and be like, "Well, I'm probably dying." But like technically up to 100 can be considered a normal resting heart rate.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I was surprised by 92. I was like, I'd be freaking out more than that.
Yeah. My rate would be way up there.
Yeah. So the 92 like flashes on the EKG machine and then it starts flashing fail. So Jason thinks back to the ad that played talking about testing limits. And he's like, we need a higher heart rate.
Ew.
So he's like, Mike, let's try you next. Like maybe you are naturally run higher.
Sure.
So he attaches the wires to Mike, and Mike's heart rate goes up to 136.
Okay.
But they still get a fail on the EKG.
No. I don't like that.
Still not high enough. I know.
That scares me. I don't like it.
So Jason pulls out the defibrillators attached to the machine and is like, all right, Mike, we got to use these. These are the things that you rub together and like boom, bop on someone's chest. Like you usually do it if someone's freaking dying and you're trying to start their heart. So obviously Mike thinks he's insane. He's like, I'm not letting you use those on me. Meanwhile, Zoe's still working on breaking all the cameras in the room. Like, she doesn't give a fuck.
Oh, my God.
So Jason and Mike fight a little bit longer. And then Jason pulls out some, like, emotional manipulation bullshit and is like, you couldn't save your brother. You couldn't save your friends in that mine. But you can save us. You can do it.
Oh, my God.
It's like, bro, Jason, why aren't you doing shit? He's always telling other people what to do.
Yeah, right? Absolutely not.
So Mike gives in and lets Jason use these defibrillators on him. 1, 2, 3, clear, and gets his heart rate up to 215.
No, I'm pretty sure you would be dead.
Which is when he seizes and dies.
Oh. Well.
Well, yes.
Well, yes. Okay. That's actually crazy.
Yeah. You know what's crazier?
What?
Then the machine beeps a fail.
They did that for nothing. I'm actually upset about this one. No, my complaints are going through the roof now. What is this bullshit?
Yeah. So Ben is freaking out. It all happened like so fast. And he's like, wait, Jason, what the hell did you just do? Like, what's happening?
Right.
And he starts trying to do CPR on Mike, but like he doesn't know what he's doing. He's not certified. He can't bring him back.
Yeah.
And now the time is out. 0 on the clock. And gas is slowly being released into the room.
Uh-oh.
Jason is still trying to think of what he could have missed here. And he's like, push yourself to the limit. Wait, no, it wasn't limit. It was limits, plural. Extreme highs, extreme lows. Maybe the heart rate machine also needs a low heart rate.
Oh, okay.
So
that would actually make more sense in this situation because that'd be more of a challenge to get your heart rate down.
Yeah, like when you're freaking out. Yeah. So he hooks the wires up to himself now and gets himself like into this meditative state. He manages to lower his heart rate down to 50, which I thought was crazy. And once it hits 50, that's when the machine finally beeps with success and the big X-ray light on the wall opens up, revealing an escape duct.
I don't think I'm making it out of that room.
Right.
50?
50 is crazy. I'm curious if you, I wonder what the high mark was. Because I think you did have to do a high one and a low one. But they didn't realize like why it was still beeping fail. It was because they needed that low one. So I wonder what number, like if 136 was enough. It just wasn't done yet because you didn't do the low as well yet.
See, that's misleading. That's
the shit that I would get tripped up on.
Yeah.
Like in a video game, I'd be like 2 parters in one. I'm like, I have this part and I don't realize there's a second part.
No. See, like now I'm just upset because it's unfair. It's unfair. It's bullshit.
Jason gets in there and out of the room immediately, obviously, without looking back.
Bye. Adios.
Ben goes over to Zoe, though, who's working on destroying the last camera in here and tries to convince her to come with him, but she says no. Like, she thinks staying here is the way out. She's like, I'm not going to continue on and play this game.
But there's gas filling the room, isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Ben lets her stay, like, and just ends up escaping through to the next room and is just like, I can't make you. The X-ray duct door closes behind him as well. So like Zoe is stuck in there now. The gas is starting to get to her, but she spots an oxygen mask like on the ceiling that you can pull down. And so she starts like walking over to that oxygen mask, but then like the gas is getting to her so much that she ends up falling and like crawls, and then eventually she just passes out and she doesn't make it. She's passed out. So like watching this the first time, you're like, she might be coming back.
Yeah, exactly.
Over to Jason and Ben. They are in this small, trippy, psychedelic room that I cannot begin to freaking explain to you.
Okay, fair enough. We'll leave it there.
Like if you were high on mushrooms and you went into this room, it's just covered in patterns that would be jumping around and nothing would be standing still. And you're like, oh my God, like so overwhelmed. I think it's like there's a lot of optical illusion elements as well in this room.
Mm-hmm.
So Ben's freaking out and feeling guilty for leaving Zoe behind. But Jason's like, whatever, she made her decision. And Ben's like, okay, what the hell is wrong with you? You killed Mike. And he's like, you know what? You killed your friend on that boat too, didn't you?
Whoa.
One coat between the two of you. Pretty convenient that he just swam off to his death on day 2.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Ben pushes at Jason, telling him to admit it. And Jason grabs Ben by his throat and pushes him up against the wall, boasting, surviving is a choice. Make yours.
Whoa.
So he's like admitting to it.
Damn. That's fucked, but okay.
I know. He's so scary. And it's like they actually set his character up really well. Like from the very beginning, he was so selfishly motivated.
Right.
Yeah. So he lets Ben go and then just tells him to keep his eyes open and look for clues. So even though this room is entirely decked out in the same exact pattern down to the furniture, Jason finds a hatch in the floor. So they crank her open, a hatch being like that wheel that's like this big, heavy wheel that you turn to open up a hatch.
Sure. Yeah.
And so they crank her open, and it takes both of them to turn this heavy wheel to do it. And once they do, and they remove their hands from the wheel, they notice that their hands are covered in some sort of sticky substance, and the room around them starts moving. It looks like the room and each other are melting. So acid trip incoming. Like there's some sort of drug on their hands that's like causing them to get like really high.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. On the back of the hatch door is the message, feel free to leave, but may we note, it's best to find the antidote.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So they both start stumbling around the room, smacking things randomly, and Ben is the one to find the antidote syringe in a compartment of the wall, but it's labeled as one use only. So only one of them gets to take it. Ben turns and holds it up, telling Jason, I have the antidote.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Good person.
Yeah.
And he can barely finish his sentence before Jason has him tackled to the ground. So, yeah.
Okay.
We get a full-on fight sequence here, during which Jason just grabs Ben's leg and twists it with a resounding crack that sounds like it's got to be a break, but like maybe it's just a sprain because Ben keeps fighting and is able to walk with a limp.
God, no.
The fight continues, and Ben ends up smashing Jason's skull into a hard corner of the melting surfaces around them, and Jason falls to the ground, dead.
Okay.
And Ben takes the antidote before continuing on down the hatch.
Okay. Ben is the one I've hated from the start, so I hate that we're still with him. Just because, like, I don't know, I don't have sympathy for people who drive drunk at all. Zero sympathy, so I don't like him. And but I don't like Jason either. I didn't like. Well, I liked Zoe until she got a little ridiculous in the last room. But now I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Okay.
I know. It's a lot.
There's a lot happening.
In the hatch, Ben breaks through a vent that drops him down into the room that we saw him attempting to complete in the opening sequence.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah.
The dark academia room.
Yes.
Back to the hospital room, Zoe passed out on the floor, as we know. And escape room workers enter in full hazmat suits.
Oh my God.
2 of them. And we can hear them dispatching information, like informing who's ever on the other end that there are 2 bodies present in this room and to send the cleanup and disposal crew. And then the crew notices an oxygen mask hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Like it's been taken down.
Right.
They're like, oh, look, an oxygen mask. What the hell did she think she was going to do with that? And then we hear, breathe, bitch, from Zoe.
Oh my God. Okay.
It's so funny. It's so funny. In Letterboxd reviews, it's just like people saying breathe, bitch. Like,
dude, there's always
it's so funny.
There's always that, like, why is that such a thing? Like, when we were doing the mean one, and like she just like screams out of nowhere, hey, asshole, like before like chucking something. And it's like, what is it? Mostly I feel like it's more female characters. Like they have these like wild, just like screaming lines. Like this.
It's a random like out of the tone of the rest of the movie line, and it's just like, what are we doing all of a sudden?
Okay, this is great. This is great.
Yeah, so she's like, breathe, bitch, and she's standing up behind them with a metal pole in her hands, and she swings. It's like a metal hospital thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
And she knocks both of them out, catching them very off guard, and then grabs one of their guns for herself.
Okay.
So that was her plan. She knew people would come, people who worked for the games would end up coming to the room.
Right.
And so she was like, oxygen mask, I'm going to break all the cameras so they can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to breathe through this gas and I'm going to wait for them to show up. I'm going to catch them by surprise and I'm going to fucking take them down. Big chance on how many people you think are going to be coming in.
Right.
And if you can do that, but that's the chance she took and she did it.
My bigger question is, why did they have a working like oxygen mask in the escape room? That's my question.
Like, that's stupid.
Why'd you put that in there?
That's also stupid to me.
That's the thing I'm hung up on.
Back to Ben, the room is crushing in on him, as we know, and it's fucking up his leg even worse than it already was thanks to Jason. But then something weird happens that I don't totally understand, but he manages to squeeze himself into the fireplace so he doesn't get crushed.
Oh.
Because this is like after he put the code in.
Right.
But then also the room does stop caving in and he looks up and suddenly he just sees a door that he can escape through now that must have opened.
Okay.
And so I think the code did work. It just took like 5 seconds that we got cut off from for the room to come to a stop.
I see.
And the door to open and everything.
Gotcha.
He gets through this door and he escapes into this big spacious warehouse. And there's a lot of random equipment packed up in different suitcases. And on one wall, the faces of him and the others are projected. And everyone has an X on their face except for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then some disembodied voice starts booming through the room and is like, now you were a dark horse. My money was on Jason. But see, that's why these games are so fascinating. Somehow after being burnt, frozen, poisoned, and crippled, you still managed to escape the final room. And finally, the face reveals themselves to be a creepy old man who we can at this point assume to be Dr. Wu Tianyu.
Ah, yes.
And he continues on with his stupid monologue about how since the beginning of civilization, we have found it to be captivating watching human beings fight for their lives. And he's proud to have created a sport here for people who still have a thirst for that savagery and haven't gone soft like most of the world.
This is stream, dude. This is the same fucking monologue. Yes.
Yeah. I literally thought that when I was writing this. I was like, Caitlin actually is probably going to eat this up because she loves stream.
It's the same monologue. That's so funny.
So Dr. Yu offers him a cigarette, just something to take the edge off. And Ben's like, hey, so I won. So that means I get to go home, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Dr. Yu's response is to strangle him with a metal rope.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
And he would have killed him if he wasn't distracted by the faces on the wall suddenly changing. Because our girl Zoe has escaped and gained access to the mainframe.
Yes.
And she put herself back in play. She put Ben back in play instead of being labeled a winner. And she put Dr. Yu in play as well.
Nice.
So Yu gets distracted by this and is very confused, and Ben is passed out from the strangulation, but he isn't dead. And that's when Zoe shows up on the scene and shoots Dr. Yu twice in the back. He runs off, and she goes to try and help Ben.
Okay.
But like I said, he's passed out. So she just looks around trying to find Dr. Yu again, and then she's suddenly tackled to the ground by him.
Oh.
He gets the upper hand. He's like much bigger, much stronger. And he wrestles the gun out of her hand before pointing it at her temple. And he goes, you can't leave until you finish our game. But Ben comes in out of nowhere, smashes some random huge decanter over Dr. Yu's head, and then grabs the gun off the ground and shoots him in the head twice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's dead. So they are able to escape the building, make it to the hospital. Ben needs to be treated more than she does. So when an investigator shows up and asks if Zoe could come with them to answer some questions and show them what happened, she's able to leave with him and go back to the building with a full police squad.
Okay.
But inside the building,
uh-oh,
all of the escape rooms are completely abandoned, like nothing ever happened.
Like all the stuff is cleared out?
All the stuff is cleared out. It just looks like an abandoned warehouse.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And now the investigator's like, we haven't found any evidence of anything you've described. Have you ever seen things that weren't there before? And she's like, okay, I'm not crazy. Ben will tell you the same thing when he wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
And the investigator's like, well, we have received a report from the hospital that they've found 3 different illegal substances in his bloodstream.
Right.
So he's not exactly reliable.
Mm-hmm. But if he corroborates your story, he should be considered reliable, I would say.
Right. A bit.
Yeah.
Like a good amount.
Like, go ahead, test. Wait, does her blood have drugs in it?
I'm not sure if they ran tests, but I don't think there would be. I'm assuming one of them for him is obviously like from the room.
Like he would probably have 2. Because the syringe and the sticky substance from there.
Oh, and the antidote. And then I'm guessing he's just like smoking pot before coming here or something.
Right? There you go.
Yeah. Now, in what used to be the waiting room escape room, Zoe notices graffiti on the walls of a crashing plane. And underneath it, it says, "No way out."
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh God. And she realizes it's an anagram. And when you switch around the letters in "No way out," you can spell out Wu-Tan Yu.
Yeah.
And she starts screaming. She's like, it's still going. This is part of the game. This is part of the game.
Oh my God.
And the investigator and police are not impressed. And they're like, yeah, so we got to vacate the premises. And then they just leave her there. Like, they just let her stay and they just leave. And she's just in distress.
Okay.
And then we cut to 6 months later.
Oh, that's not what I thought was about to happen. Okay, here we are.
So Ben and Zoe are trauma bond besties and they're meeting for lunch.
Okay.
And Ben shares with her that he is now the regional sales rep for all of Logan Square, which is like a big, exciting deal. He's really turning his life around.
Okay.
Zoe tells him that she's very proud of him, but she's like, okay, so anyway, look at my binder. And in this binder, she has been keeping tabs of all the different cover-ups for the others that died in the escape rooms.
Oh.
And like any suspicious activity that she thinks could connect to Minos' escape rooms.
Mm.
And she knows they're still out there and running these games, and she's done her puzzle magic and has managed to figure out that the logo for like the picture logo for Minos escape rooms is a puzzle in itself that you can crack and unveil a set of coordinates that lead to a warehouse in the middle of Manhattan.
Okay.
So she's like, guess what? I bought us plane tickets to New York. You in?
Let's go.
And it takes some convincing because Ben's like, this is survivor's guilt and you should let this go.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, he agrees to go with her.
Sure.
Cut to a crashing plane.
Oh. What? This is starting to feel like one of those and then movies. Okay, yes. And then.
Yes. Inside, the passengers are freaking out, and one of the flight attendants is rapidly digging through the overhead compartments, also freaking out until she finds what looks like a bag with the letter X on it. Inside it, she finds a tool that she was looking for and runs to the other attendant waiting for her outside the locked door to the cockpit. And this tool she finds connects to a bolt that they already found, and she's now able to use them both together to gain access to the cockpit.
What?
By the time they get inside, the plane is about to crash head-on into a mountain. And the pilot is knocked out cold in his seat. She rushes over to the wheel of the plane and pulls up, trying to prevent the crash, but it's too late. But as the plane crashes and fire floods the windows then suddenly clear completely, showing 2 people in Minos hazmat suits. And we realize we're actually in a warehouse in a plane simulation.
Okay.
And one of the hazmat people yells, "Ending sim." And so they're just testing a new simulation that they're hoping to carry out for real on Zoe and Ben's flight to New York.
Oh my God.
So the woman role-playing as a flight attendant shouts at someone named Larry behind the scenes, letting him know that she hurt her hand on the bolt again. And the other flight attendant leading the sim roleplay with her exits and walks over to this big screen with a black silhouette on it. And the black silhouette has this modified spooky voice.
Ooh.
And he's like, what is the probability of survival? And I wrote, would you survive? He's like, what is the probability of survival? And the guy answers, approximately 4%.
Ooh.
And the silhouette is pleased and is like, well, it's not a game if she doesn't stand a chance. We've intercepted her flight information. It's on. I'm so glad Zoe got over her fear of flying. Let's play again. And then we cut to credits.
The sequel! Woo!
I wonder. Yeah, it's got to be, right?
Yeah, well, it sounds like this movie used a really similar, like, concept to Shreem. Obviously, it was before it. I'm not comparing them in that way.
Yeah.
But, like in the way that there's, like, these masters and, like, this is just what they do to people. And they're like, oh, and next time. Blah, blah, blah. Like, because that's exactly what Shreem did. That is so funny. Wow. That is interesting.
Yeah. I think it might, you know what these both might be pulling from? I'm just curious. Squid Game release date. 2021.
Oh.
So, interesting. This came out in 2019. It's very similar to the concept as well of Squid Game, which obviously was huge. Like,
yes, absolutely.
Global phenomenon. So you would assume, I'm surprised this came first.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I think the thing that I find interesting is, like, I think it got kind of funny, obviously, at the end.
Yes.
So like, because I really did love this movie most of the way through until it turned into, like, Zoe is now fighting against the, like, game masters.
Yes.
In a weird way, I think it would have been more fun if, like, everyone died. I don't know why I feel that way, but, like, I don't know. I think it would have just been more hard hitting without it being, like, turning into them fighting back in the end.
Yeah. You know what it did? It did get a little young adult novel.
I was thinking of, like, Clown in a Cornfield specifically.
Yes.
Like, that's what it started to feel like at the end. It started to come back
a little too goofy.
Yeah, goofy.
Compared to the tone that it already had set up for itself.
Right. I think this movie, the one thing it could have done is been a little more unique with its ending. But as a whole, I thought it was really fun. And obviously, like, perfect for what we're doing here. Especially at the end, they're like, chance of 4%. Survivability. Like, oh, yeah. So true.
Like, okay, well, let's see what we have to say about this one. Okay. So, to our worksheet, Act 3, do you destroy all the cameras in the hospital room, use the oxygen mask, and wait for workers to arrive?
No.
Like, is that going to be your master plan here that you come up with?
I'm not Zoe. Like, I'm just not. I also don't like that worked. I think I'm just, like, a little bit salty about that having worked because I'm like, I love the concept of the game and having to beat the game, and then for her to cheat her way out of the game via a freaking oxygen mask that shouldn't have been there. Like, why was that there? So I'm mad about that, but that's just me.
It's kind of annoying how the workers were like, what did she think she was going to do with an oxygen mask?
Yeah, right?
I wonder, this is the gas chamber.
What? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But I still, like, I'm not her. I think, like, 6% that I do that.
Same.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. I would never think to do that.
Yeah.
Do you successfully knock out those workers and escape to the warehouse? Okay. Let's just say we are in that position.
Sure. 8.
I did 3.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah. Do you figure out the X-ray sign language puzzle, which is them finding the X-rays, realizing they need to use them on the X-ray machine, and then reading the sign language?
Unfortunately, no. And I knew sign language when I was really young. We learned it in first grade because we had a teacher who had, like, it was hard of hearing, so she taught it, which was really cool.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I can do some of the visuals with my hands, but I don't remember what they mean, so that doesn't really help me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like 5. Like, I don't know sign language.
Yeah, I did 0.
Yeah,
because I don't know sign language, and I don't think I would even think to find X-rays and use the X-ray machine. Sadly, it comes back to me being, like, not knowing what is important.
Yeah, I think, like, for me, it's always like I'm thinking I would be checking everything. So hopefully at some point I would come across something with the EKG, but, like, actually getting the sign language, probably not, no.
Do you refuse to let Jason use the defibrillators on you?
Yes. I'm going to say 99% yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm not letting him touch me with that.
Yeah.
Especially
I'm in the upper half as well.
I just have a lot of anxiety about heart rate. So I know that would get me. And I'd be like, absolutely not. You can lie down and do this if you want, but I'm not doing it.
I gave myself a 68 because I would likely fight back against that and be like, why should I? Why don't you?
Mm-hmm.
But Jason is kind of scary.
Yeah, it's fair.
And I feel like if he really yelled at me enough, I'd be like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Like, I'm scared of you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you use the defibrillators on someone else?
No. Probably not, unless they were like, oh, use the defibrillators on me.
If they like gave consent. Yeah.
Exactly. But I'm not going to be like, oh, this is what we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll say like 37.
Okay. Yeah, I went 16.
Yeah, like if someone offered it up, but otherwise, no.
Mm-hmm. Would you realize the machine needed a low heart rate, and could you provide one?
Nope. I literally don't think my heart is capable of going that low. I rarely seen it in 60. So not only would I don't think my heart can go that low, I don't think I would think limits would mean that. The puzzles are getting a little janky over here. I don't know.
Yeah.
So 4%.
I did 28. Which is very low, but
you probably have a normal heart rate, unlike me.
Well, because I knew I could hit 60, so I'm like, if I really try, I wonder if I could hit 50.
Yeah.
But in such a high stress situation, if I couldn't even do that, like laying on my high school gym floor.
Right. I don't know. It's possible.
Yeah. Would you find the hatch in the optical illusion room?
Would there be any reason that I wouldn't? Because it seemed pretty obvious from the way you described it to me, or the way I understood it, I should say.
I gave myself a 99%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm just gonna go with you on that because it sounds pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Would you find the antidote in the optical illusion room? It's just like in
50.
That's what I did.
Because it's like, do I find it or does the other person find it? I don't know.
Exactly.
It's
not even really that it's impossible to find. It's just who's going to find it first.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Deadly question. Would you beat Jason in a fight over the antidote?
No.
Yeah.
Like 3.
Yeah, I did 4.
Yeah. I probably not.
Right. So right now I'm including questions that are technically from what we saw in the opening scene because now timeline wise, like it's happening now.
Right. Okay.
Would you find the scroll with the message, follow the light to greener pastures in the dark academia room? This is a very cluttered room. Walls are closing in. It's just a random scroll.
The walls closing in makes it a lot more like that seems like he got a little lucky. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give myself benefit of the doubt on this and say 68.
Yeah, I did 57.
Yeah, I think I'll find it, but that's a little tricky.
Yeah. Would you follow the lamplight to the green book on the shelf?
Absolutely, yes. That's the first thing I thought of is like following the light.
Okay.
So I'll go 91.
I did 89.
Okay.
Deadly question. Would you find the pointing paintings from the poem in the Green Book that says, at any point in history, to watch another die unveils time's great mystery while leaving you alive, and then decode them as hands on a clock revealing the 4-digit maze code?
I definitely think I find them and I'm like, oh, that's what it's talking about. Do I get right to clock hands? Ooh, questionable.
And you're on a time crunch now. Like, you don't have too much time to think.
Right. And yeah, my brain is cloudy from that in itself. But I think, 48.
Okay.
Enough time. Yeah, but I don't know.
Okay, another deadly question. Would you complete the dark academia room in time before being crushed to death? Like, okay, you can do this, you can do that, but really bring time into account now for this one.
Time. Oh, that's my least favorite thing is doing things under a time crunch.
Bro, same.
Really, like I just always come back to math class competitions where we would like do teams.
Yes.
Hated that.
Oh my God, my stepdad had a word with my math teacher in the 4th grade because we had to do those timetable timed tests.
Yep.
And I would literally get like, I would fail them because I would get like through 50% of it. And all of my 50% were correct, but I didn't finish it because I couldn't do it fast enough.
Right.
And he was like,
that's stupid.
No, this is crazy. She can do it. Why does she need to do it in 2 seconds?
Yeah. No, and I agree with that. I think those are stupid. Those are don't get me started. Could I do that quickly? I'm gonna say like 36 because time really fucks with me. Like,
agreed.
I think the room is very doable, but how quickly is the question?
Exactly. Like, yeah, if I had the time, maybe I would eventually figure it out. But the time crunch and like the wall pushing in and the panic, I gave myself a 10%.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, another deadly question. Do you win in a 2-on-1 fight against Dr. Wu-Tan Yu in the warehouse?
Me and Ben? I mean, not me and Ben.
You can put yourself in
I don't know why I did that. But, 2v1? 78.
I had 77.
Hey! Power in numbers, man. I really do believe in that. So
he didn't really put up much of a fight. Like, he didn't put up much. Like, we had a gun.
Exactly.
We're fine.
Yeah.
The final question. I asked this one just for fun. We are going to include it as part of the... Well, it can be up to you if you think we should include this as part of the score.
Okay.
But I just felt like I had to ask it. Do you go about your life without looking to get tangled up with Minos escape rooms ever again? Yes. Basically, she's like, let's go to New York and bring them down at the end. And it's like, are you that girl? Or are you like, nah, I'm going to stay home?
I'm going to stay home and live with anxiety for the rest of my life. Absolutely. But I'm not going to go looking for them. There's no reason to do that. So I'm going high number here then. 97.
I went 98.
Yeah. Like, not going to be me.
Girl, stay home.
Yeah, sit down.
Okay. Yeah. So then you go ahead and add those up. And then deadly questions, you weigh triple to the others.
Let's do this. All right. So my third act actually came out to be just a tad bit higher than Act 2 at 47%.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you were, what was your Act 2? Like 41?
44.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just so a little higher.
Right there.
Okay.
And that, averaging those three all together, brings me to an overall weighted average of 48%.
My Act 3 is actually the exact same as my Act 2, which is a 36, and weighted all together, my final score is a 41%.
All right. We're in the 40s together. Love that for us.
So then that brings us to a 45 combined score.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah.
I am not upset about it because I think with an escape room, it's just like so puzzle based. A lot of the times I go into puzzles being like, it's 50-50. Right. I don't know. I might figure it out. I might not. But then it also like leaning obviously lower than just an average puzzle because these are fucking crazy puzzles.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah. It for me, like the 48 overall feels like a little high, but I think there's just like a lot of situations where I'm like, well, yeah, I'd figure that one out. And no, right. I'm not chasing down these people afterward. Like there's some decisions where I'm like, okay, I'm pretty confident about that.
Well, I think one reason why our combined score is so high is because of how lame Dr. Wu-Tan Yu is at the end.
So true.
Like, all right, I got a gun now. Right. Bye, bitch.
Bye.
Like, and he just doesn't. He's like this old guy that doesn't really put up a fight.
Right.
So
that works
That's
out.
probably a big chunk as to why we are as high as we are.
Yeah.
But
this was such
we need to go right now because this is our longest fucking episode of all time.
I know.
I think. I can't tell. We've had a lot of like stuff happening, like stopping and pausing and some tech stuff during this episode.
But yeah, super fun episode.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like curious. This is so lame that I'm curious about myself in the future, but I'm like, I'm curious about what my next worksheet is going to look like. If it's going to be as like intense as this one, and that's my style of worksheet, or if it's just the movie made it so intricate.
Absolutely. I think it's more that. I'm actually looking forward to my next worksheet, and I don't even know my next movie. So
yeah. Oh yeah, I need to tell Caitlin some of my picks for my next movies. But before I do that, you can check us out on Instagram at I'd Survive Podcast. Over there, we have links to everywhere else you can find us, including to our Discord, where you can submit your own scores and let us know, would you survive?
Nailed it.